What's up, everybody? It's Roger and Victoria here from DisKingdom.com, and this episode is going to be slightly different because I'm going to be talking about Victoria, who has actually just literally this week just moved down to Florida. And so, do you kind of just want to explain, what you're kind of doing, what and kind of sort of why you wanted to move down to Florida?
Well, basically, the reason for my move is I visit quite often. I did my college program back in 2012, and I've just been in love with the place ever since. So it took a while for me to save up the money. So now it's just finally happening as far as my move and stuff. And it,
Yeah.
it was it was a journey.
So, how long were you there with the college program?
A year.
All
Yes,
right.
a year.
So in some ways, because you've already lived there for a year, it's a little bit probably different because now it's like you know that thing of you've done it, so now you kind of want to jump back into it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's the living situation is slightly different. I don't have to sleep in a bunk bed with like three other girls, but yeah, I mean, since I've been here, it's honestly been great.
So cool. So this is the thing that is like moving down of like, have you got your annual pass already sorted?
Not yet. I'm gonna get that taken care of Friday. Like
Yes.
I start my jobs all this week, so by Friday I'll have it all situated.
Cool. So you're gonna Universal, or you're just gonna play that one as and when?
Um, I want to do one. My roommate, she works in Diagon Alley, and
All
she
right.
can give me a discount on
All right.
an annual pass. So I'm gonna work on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. About just we swap each day, but it's that thing as well of like I always wonder, like when like moving down to Florida and stuff, of what does the magic kind of, is it harder to keep? Is it, if you can go in there all the time, and it's that weird thing of like you the other night, oh, I'll just pop in and watch Wishes before it finishes, and on one hand it's great, but do you worry about it like losing the appeal?
I mean, for me personally, it's never gonna lose the appeal. I mean, because it's like there's so much of the parks that I haven't seen. It's like there's so many restaurants I haven't experienced. There's so many changes happening, like Pandora. So,
Hmm.
like, there's so many new things that I could try, and even outside of Disney, like I can try new restaurants. I could try a beach. I could try the Orlando Eye. So many things I could go to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely the thing of like having the time to go and do stuff, and I also wonder if when you are there that regularly, you just cherry pick when you go in. You just cherry picking what you want to do. You can focus on the new stuff. You can, you know, there's no that sort of thing of, oh, I need to do this because I'm about out of time and I'm going home, and you've got to. It's like, oh, I'll do it next week.
Yeah, like that's literally why I love it so much because I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to see Star Lord and Groot today. I can go see him next week.
Yeah,
Whereas, like when I would visit every 3 months, it's like I got to do this, and this week.
yeah. I mean, we were talked in the past about like obviously like Disneyland has a lot of people that live there or live in California that go there regularly. Now you're actually going to be in the area working and also going to be living there. You know, it's obviously going to be very very different, but also at the same time, what are you kind of like hoping to sort of do more often?
Um, Honestly, a lot more outside of the parks, which is like I love it. It's a hobby, but I definitely want to explore my new living space more. So like I want to do Gatorland. I want to do Madame Tussauds. I want to see some museums, see some beaches, like just explore and find. Oh, Cat Cafe. I definitely want to do Cat Cafe.
But also like just like thinking like going down like clear water and just like chilling out by the beaches, and because there might be that thing as well of like, as someone who works in, for me as well, I work on the beach. There's that thing of sometimes you want to get away from tourists because you've just had enough of serving them and dealing with them, that you want your own bit of time. So is that something you're worried about?
um, I know what's gonna happen. I mean, I experienced it a lot on my college program, which is the great thing about me having that experience. I know what to expect. So I know I'm gonna need that time away from tourists. I
Yeah,
know it. I'm already done with tourists. Like from driving on I-4.
yeah.
I'm so tired already.
Yeah, I must admit, because there's that thing of like, like obviously like when I go there and it's like, you do go slower on I-4 and you don't know where you're going and you're in the wrong lane and you just cut people off because you don't know what you're doing. But then it's that kind of thing of, I have it here where I live. It's like you're going along the lanes that you drive along every day at normal speed, and like yeah, and then suddenly get stuck behind a tourist going really slowly and snarling everything up, and you can't find a parking space where you used to find dozens of empty ones, and everywhere's got queues, and I'm just in a little seaside town, and we all the locals are all like get to like September, it's like, oh, haven't they all gone yet? But there's no downtown now in Florida.
I don't know about that. I've been sleeping a lot these past 3 days. I took like 3 naps yesterday. But I know once I start working, there really isn't going to be any downtime. So I'm going to have to manage my time wisely.
No, I mean, it's that kind of thing as well. I think of like sort of moving down there, doing everything bits and pieces and stuff. It's that kind of thing of, because obviously as well as obviously someone from me being English, Americans have a very different kind of work schedule to kind of how we are. Generally like we do 40 hours, and we would consider that to be like more than enough. But obviously Americans have a very different scheme of things.
I mean, for me, 40 is enough. I'm going to be working 40 a week, and that's going to be more than enough to pay my rent and still have a little bit of money out. So I know I'll be fine.
Yeah. So there's that kind of thing as well of like, are you in some ways planning on just popping into parks, or is it just gonna be like one day, or because that thing of like you say, like with the annual pass of which ones you get and like how often you actually want to go in?
I know me personally, it's gonna be like I'll pop in sometimes, and then sometimes I'll do something outside the park. It's gonna be a good balance for me because I've visited so much over the past 4 years, and there's so many new things coming. I'm gonna pop in every now and again.
Yeah, but then there's also that other thing as well of like I mean, as generally, like, it's so easy when you move somewhere where you expect that, oh, I'm going to move to the beach, or I'll move to Florida, or move all these things. And actually, the day-to-day grind can actually just get to that point of you actually don't have as much time. You don't have the desire to go do it the same.
I mean, that's what my roommate is because she lived here already, so like she pops in every now and again, and I know that's probably how I'm gonna be, but I know at the same time the magic isn't gonna go away for me.
No, I mean it's almost it's that odd thing of you're probably more excited then about going like to Disneyland or doing something, getting away from it all.
Yes, yeah, I'm actually definitely more excited for Disneyland just because it's been a while and there's so many new things. Whereas this Disney World, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can go whenever now, and Universal and SeaWorld, I can just pop in.
Now the other thing as well, like, now I know personally from where I am in the UK of living like a touristy area where prices are a lot more higher. Is there a big difference from where you lived before to like now? Like obviously like in terms of like rent, food, bills. Is it much different than where you came from before?
The main thing I've noticed is gas is slightly higher depending on the area you go in. Whereas in Maryland, gas was maybe like 220 to 225, whereas here the highest I've seen is 249 and the lowest is 219.
Because that's a US gallon, isn't it? So
yeah.
So I just got to see now. This is where as a British person we always have to compare of how much like and now so I can literally just sit here and go, all right. So you get oh, that works out to Canadian money. We don't want to be working that out because I would be lost even more. So we have 4.4 liters to a gallon, isn't it? To a gallon. So we say 249 divided by 4.4. Let's see. So we are down to 56 cents a litre. Oh, man.
Yep.
56 cents a litre. Now what's that into? Now see, this is where like I said, the British in me has to know cents. 56 cents. This 56 cents. This can't be right. 56 cents to a pound. No, it can't be right. It's like 45 pence a litre. That's just considering here now. So what's that? 1 litre 120 times by just having a mental block by. See this every time an English person goes to the US, we always want to talk about the price of the pound, right? So So we're looking at $1.55 a litre. So 155 times by 4.4 gives us a grand total of just under $7 a gallon.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so I'm like, yeah, that sounds all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so $2.50. Yeah, you could just bring back a few. You can just start sending gallons over. It's always because I know, like we were down in Daytona or something, and we filled the car up, and it was the first time I'd filled a car up in America because it was always my parents driven. So it was the first time I'd driven. So I went in, and then you had to pay first, which was the really odd thing. Was okay, so I give them $100. So because I'm thinking you like British money, so yeah, walk back. Put $12 in. I had to go back in and get all my change. And I just filled the car up for $12. That's insane. But so for you, like,
Crazy.
yeah, it's that kind of thing as well. Of also like I know, like for me personally, living in tourist areas, even things like food. Is there a big difference from where you are?
Yes. I mean, in Maryland, we're known for like Maryland crabs. So it's been a really hard adjustment not being able to have crabs, especially during our crabbing season. Whereas in Florida, I mean, I don't know where I'm going to find crabs.
No. Now, here's the thing
Yeah.
again, from a British point of view. Do they have lots of Maryland cookies?
In Maryland, we do.
Yeah, because that's like the brand Maryland cookies we have all over the place in the supermarket. It's just that kind of thing as well of, like you say, different things for different prices and stuff. Like in terms of rent, is that much difference as well?
The cost of living in Florida is actually cheaper
All right.
compared to Maryland because I know with the amount I pay now, that's like we pay me and my two other roommates all together pay about 13 like 1,300,
Yeah.
whereas that would get you like a one bedroom in Maryland.
Yeah. So there's that kind of catch up of like sort of good. So I mean, the thing is obviously from like Florida as well as there's a lot of like I heard a lot of people complaining. Obviously, like a lot of us think like the parks, people get paid very well, but that's often very little the case of a lot of it is low end jobs because there are that many jobs.
Yeah, it's actually a big problem. Like a wage compared to the cost of living has been a very big issue that I've seen on my Facebook news feed with Florida. But um, I mean, I haven't because I transferred my own job from Maryland. I'm not going to have an issue because I get paid like $12 an hour.
Yeah.
So
So that's it. So it's that kind of thing. So it does sound like, in some ways, because you've done it before for the college program, it's made it a lot easier for you this time around.
oh, absolutely. Like just because I know what to expect with the cost of living, I made a few trips down here prior to get everything like arranged and set up, and I also did a lot of research too. It was very very good that I did that.
That's cool. That sounds good. Sounds like you've definitely got obviously some busy time up ahead sorting everything out and stuff. But like I said, I thought it'd be kind of just cool to kind of. It's not very often to kind of hear. It's like, well, if I'm talking to anyone who just literally just moved to Florida, it's something that we should at least kind of bring up and stuff. But if you were going to give a couple of tips to people who kind of thinking about it, what would you kind of give them advice?
Make sure if you figure out if you're going to get movers or if you're just going to drive down because that was a really big issue for us. We almost didn't get our U-Haul down here because we didn't know there was a time limit
All right.
to pick up the U-Haul. So make sure you know that and make sure you plan everything accordingly. Budget as well. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, if you have pets, make sure they're allowed. I mean, we didn't have issues with my dog, but some apartments are very, very strict about that. And yeah, just once you get down here, all the stress goes away.
Yeah. You just sat outside of the Walt Disney World thing going, I'm here, I can't go in, but I'm here.
Yes, yeah.
No, but okay, guys, if you've got anything else that you want to add on this, be sure to let us know in the comments below or get in touch with us. You can also obviously ask Victoria South, where can they find you over on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at He Calls Me PP and Instagram He Calls Me Pineapple Princess.
And on that note, guys, thank you very much for watching or listening, and we shall see you guys soon. Laters.
Bye.